y'all, and welcome back to Sid in the City. It's your girl Sid, and today we are getting into another video. So today I thought it was cool and important that I bring you 10 beauty essentials for the summer. These are 10 things that I have in my makeup kit that come with me wherever I go, whether it's out for like little daily habits or whether it's out where I have to get balm, glam for the day, night, afternoon, all of that. So these are things that I think you would need, would like, and you may want to go out and get. Share some tips with me that you may have as well, and some essentials that you have down in the comments below. I'm always open to taking advice and tips from those of you, as well as pick up some of the tips that I'm giving you in the video for using some of these items. So without further ado, we are going to get into the video. All right, y'all. So first up on our list, we have the Fenty Beauty Body Lava. This is it in the packaging that it comes in. And the tone that I use is called Brown Sugar. I think that this tends to work and look a lot better on every skin tone versus the other two, I believe. I tried them in store and I didn't really like them. But when I got this home, oh my gosh, skin pop. A lot of times when people leave comments on my pictures, as well as when they see me in person, they're always commenting about like, oh my gosh, you look really glowy, really glittery. Like you look good, but it looks natural. It's because of the body. This is the GOAT, okay? This is the go-to. I have used this for over a year now. I got this originally when they first came out last summer. So this is like the prototype, okay? So I got it back then and I've literally used like that much of the bottle. And you see how big this bottle is, right? Like I barely used any or scratched the surface on it. So you definitely will not, it doesn't take a lot of product to use it. You use it like a little bit, a pump, get you a little, you can honestly use a cheap little brush to get them across like in the areas you want to use. I tend to specifically stick to the chest area, as well as like freshly shaven and waxed legs look really good with Body Lava. If you're not into using like the baby oils and you don't want to bake and burn in the sun, definite go-to. This is what I would use, ladies. Smart essential. All right, next up on our list, we have highlighters. So I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, like I'm tired of seeing Fenty Beauty. I know, but I love Rihanna, so that's just what we gonna do, okay? So right now I have Trophy Wife and I have Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule in this shade right here. So these are the kilowatts, and these are two of my favorite, absolute favorite highlighters. You can build them up, work them down, whether you're doing like daily activities or you're doing simple like beats of the face and you're going out somewhere at night, afternoon, any of that. These both work and they're both very versatile. So these are two of my faves. I like to mix the two together just because it seems that they work better and look more natural, especially on someone of my skin tone. They tend to look more natural when they're mixed together versus just throwing a golden tone on top or just throwing like the pinkish tone on top. This is what they look like in store if you are going to be looking for them. So it's Trophy Wife, Ginger Binge, and Moscow Mule. Kilowatts. So number 3 on our list today is going to be between bronzer and contour kits. All right, so I have two different ends or spectrums. So I have more of the high end as well as the more affordable end, where you can purchase more so at the drugstore. You can purchase these, I've even seen at like Dollar General, Target, places like that. Whereas the first thing, the bronzer that I have in the tone of Mocha Mommy. This is what I use by Fenty Beauty, and I know y'all are like, I am tired of seeing Fenty Beauty, but I can't help it. I love Riri, and you know what? I'm gonna give sis my money because she deserves it, okay? So this is what I use in the bronzer. I tend to use this like on my cheekbones after I've contoured because it gives you that kind of like rosy, dark contour look that a lot of people are really searching for. So a lot of times this is what I like to use, especially when I'm going somewhere that's like late afternoon, where the sun is still out. I want it to look like, oh my gosh, like she got a tan, or oh my gosh, like she's really like, you know, like it just looks really good to have like different dimensions of your face. And I definitely think this is what this bronzer does. So definitely on the more high, well, not really high, but more on the high end. So this you can only get from Sephora, of course, because Fenty Beauty is exclusive to Sephora. Whereas you have the Black Radiance Contour Palette. Now, I have seen this Black Radiance Contour Palette in Target, like I said, Dollar General, and there are some other places that you can get it. But it comes with 3 different things on the inside. So it teaches you kind of like how to sculpt. So there is your contour color, which is the darker color. your sculpting color, and then you also get a highlighter attached with it. So this highlight is actually not like one of those cheap highlights. It actually does its job. It does justice. Sometimes I choose this over like my Fenty Beauty products. So definitely a good investment. I don't tend to use too much of this over the cream contour that I already use by LA Girl, just because this is a little bit too dark for me. So what I do is mix the sculpt and the contour together, and then I go in, and it works perfect for me. But these two definitely together work magic, and this is what I would use for the perfect and ultimate contour. For number 4 on our list today is going to be foundation. Now typically I do use a Fenty foundation, and I am the tone of 430 in the foundation, but these are my more affordable options that I use during the summer when I'm going out somewhere simple like dinner with friends, drinks at the bar, things like that. These are the simple foundations that I use when I don't want to more so use my expensive like $40 foundation, you know? So these are going to be the Maybelline Fit Me and the ColourPop foundation. Now both of these are on the affordable end. They're both ranging from $9 to $10, I'm pretty sure. I would say the ColourPop is probably cheaper, so it's probably like $8 or $9 honestly, and this ranges from 9 to 10. So the Maybelline Fit Me product that I've been using is the Dewy Smooth. I like to use this one just because I typically have really oily skin, and I know that a lot of times dewy does not work for people with oily skin, but for some reason this Maybelline Fit Me, I feel like it's a mattifier as well as a dewy foundation at the same time. It just works for me. It doesn't clog my pores, and it looks really good on top of the primer that I use. All right, this one is the ColourPop foundation. This one, I really just took a risky move, and I was like, I really want to try this ColourPop foundation. I've seen a lot of girls online trying it, and I thought, hey, why not? So I ordered it online. This is the no filter foundation that they have, and the tone that I got is Deep Dark 185. So the cool thing about ColourPop is online they have a total matchup system that matches you based on your product. So they match me based on my Fenty product, which is the most close to my skin without having to mix foundations. So since that was 430, this was the closest foundation to my skin tone. And when I tell you this matches perfectly, I absolutely love this ColourPop foundation. I thought it was going to be cheap and chalky. It's really not. It matches well perfectly with your undertones, and I'm a yellow-green undertone, so this worked perfectly for me. Like I said, both of these are really good products. This is your drugstore product, but ColourPop you would have to order offline. I know that sucks sometimes and it's kind of risky, but it's only an $8 product. So even if you get one that's not necessarily your skin tone, I believe they have a protocol to where you send it back and they'll send you one that does match you. So definitely worth it. It does come in kind of like a smaller bottle, but there's a lot of product in it. So number 5 on our list is lip gloss. All right, so between these two lip glosses, I know you're looking like, sweetie, that's from the beauty supply store. It is, sis, it is. Okay, so I have Fenty Beauty and I have the Glass Balm. This is the tone that I like to use. This is, I believe, Fenty Glow. I know that there's like 1 or 2 other different types that she has, but this is my favorite one. It's kind of like a nudish pink with a little bit of glitter in it, and it doesn't give that lip gloss line that a lot of girls get in between your lips when you've been talking a lot or like licking your lips, that little like white line, which is like gross. This works perfectly. It doesn't give you that. I probably could go out at night, put lip gloss on before I leave, and I may have to reapply one time. That's just how long it stays on your lips. I've had this one for about a year now, and I still haven't even like got to the bottom where I'm like scraping lip gloss out of there. So definitely well worth it. Like a lot of her Fenty products, she gives a lot of product in her containers. Now this one is more on the more affordable end versus the Fenty Beauty. This is going to be probably, I believe it was $18 versus this lip gloss, which is like 99 cents at your local beauty supply store. And wherever you live, it's at your beauty supply store. I promise you. It's not some hidden figure. It's at every beauty supply store. There are different types. I just like to use the rose hip one. I don't know why, but they're all different types that people use. This is like the go-to like pop your lips lip gloss. It gives you that glowy effect. I like to use it just like, you know, on a daily basis if I'm going outside, just to keep my lips moisturized and keep them looking cute, you know? All right, now without number 6, a girl's look would not be complete. I mean, come on. Eyelashes. The most important part of your look, okay? Now, I know a lot of girls typically have the mink eyelashes or extensions. So those are things that you would use. You get fill-ins and you don't really have to reapply eyelashes. Me personally, I kind of got out of the mink extension thing just because I was kind of tired of having to keep going and getting fill-ins. And like during the summer, I like my face to be bare when I'm not wearing makeup. So it's easier to just get you some of the mink reusable lashes. I typically get mine from Target or from the beauty supply store, but I do although get the more expensive ones. So I like this line. I believe it's called V-Lux by Envy. These are usually like $7.99 or $8.99 a box, but I will tell you, I have worn their lashes. Like the pair I have on right now is called Trumpet by them, and this one is called Chloe. There's another one that I like. It's called Kayla. They're very voluptuous and they give you a lot of volume on your eye. Whereas like the cheaper $2 lashes look like they give you a lot of volume in the case, but then when you put them on, you can barely see like lashes on your eye, and I hate that. I like thick lashes that make me look pretty, but don't give me like Batman eyes. No. So these work for me. Like I said, you get probably up to like 25 uses out of each one of them. So to me, that's a deal. Like, I like them. You get your money's worth, and then by the time you're ready to throw one pair away, you've got another one that's back. All right, so getting into number 7. This is going to be the ultimate tea. All right, I know a lot of girls have problems with flashback in pictures, especially at night. So the most important thing that I think you should invest in is your setting powders. Okay, so I use 2 different types of setting powders. I use the Laura Mercier, which is exclusive to Sephora, as well as the Fenty Beauty setting powder, which is exclusive to Sephora. The 2 tones that I use, this is the translucent deep medium that I use because I don't really like banana powders. They give me like the ghostly like flashback. I don't think that's cute, especially when you're, like I say, of a darker skin tone like myself. I don't like to look yellow under my eye. Even though I have yellow undertones, I like to look more neutral. Like you still notice my concealer, but you don't know that it's like, oh, concealer, contour, like everything should blend and fade, right? The other one that I use is the Fenty Beauty product. This one is in the shade of Nutmeg. Now there are 2, I think there's Nutmeg and Honey are the 2 that I like. I got the smaller one. This is like the travel size, so it's like 0.27 ounces. They keep these in the front of Sephora. I think this was a good investment for someone who wanted to test it out. So I got this because I wanted to test it out and I didn't want to pay like $30 for the big one yet. And I'm glad I did because I think that I really want to try the Honey one next as the next setting powder for my face, just because this one fits more so really close to my skin tone. So if I was doing a natural beat, like maybe for a job interview and I didn't want anyone to notice, I would definitely be doing this. So number 8 on our list today is going to be the biggest key factor when it comes to your eyes. Of course, that's going to be eyeshadow. So what I have here is the Morphe palette, or Morphe. I'm not really sure if it's Morphe or Morphe. A lot of people pronounce it different, so excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. However you pronounce it, I say Morphe, so we're gonna go with Morphe, okay? So this is the Morphe palette. It's called Copper Spice, and the section or like item number is 25A. So if you're looking for it, where I got it was from Ulta. It's 25A, and go into the Morphe section. Now when you open it, you will see that it is more of a neutral base. This is my go-to for the summer. I believe that your eyes should just be like a neutral, cute little peachy pop. That's what I like, leading all the way down to your smoky eye, which is the black right there. So as you see, it starts out with very palish colors all the way down to your black. So you can go from a really pale eye all the way to a smoky eye, which I think is really prevalent with something that's a summer kit, because it leads from daytime natural little fleeky beat, like little beachy like peach looks, all the way down to your nighttime smoky eyes. So I thought that was really cool and really like important that Morphe did. So I'm definitely a Morphe babe. I really love Morphe products, but the eyeshadow is definitely the bomb. And I believe that I bought this in March and it's now July, I believe July 1st. So yeah, it'll be July 1st when I post this video. So it's lasted me that long, and it really looks like I barely scratched the surface on it, and I've definitely used it enough times. Number 9 on the list. These are 2 items that I use before and after doing my makeup. Moisturizing is so important. A lot of people tend to skip over this and just throw makeup on their face, and a lot of times they're wondering why it looks like Rocky Road on their face, or it the makeup is just like soaking into their pores, it's because your skin is not moisturized. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. So the first thing that I use right here is a 24 karat gold like oil moisturizer. I'm not for sure how true that is, but you know. I got this from Ulta, and this is by the company Daisy Fuentes. It has a little dropper or like droplet with it, so you can literally like squeeze a little bit. I don't put a lot, just simply because I have really oily skin. And so for people who have oily skin, they typically tell you to stick away from these things, but I like to use it because it just, my makeup looks so flawless when I use it. I didn't use it this time, I know, slap on the wrist, but I typically like to use this, especially if I'm doing like a daytime, so that the sun beating on your face can really impact your skin heavily, ladies, especially when you have on makeup. So definitely make sure you're moisturizing. This is something that I use as a go-to for the summer. You can use all different types of moisturizers from Aveeno, Neutrogena, different companies, but that's just my go-to. Now, after makeup, for my skin to recover, what I like to use is just a simple aloe vera gel. I like to clean my face off with makeup wipes, also using witch hazel to make sure I get whichever makeup off. And after I wash my face, what I like to moisturize with is a little of the aloe vera. Now, I keep the travel size in my makeup kit just because it's more convenient to always have this with you than a big old like sunblock container of aloe vera gel. This works well for me. It keeps my skin moisturized. And I like to use this a lot of times before bed just because it cools your skin off and lets it breathe. Number 10, the last on our list. You need setting spray. Finishing spray is so important and vital when doing your makeup, whether it just be a simple little, I'm gonna throw on some foundation, throw on a little concealer. Setting spray saves the day, okay? If you're like me and you have really oily skin, this is your go-to product, just because when I'm done with makeup, by the time I step outside, literally, I'm like, ew, what? No, like give me a napkin. That's what I would feel like before I started using setting spray. So definitely want to invest in a good setting spray. I suggest the D-Slick version by Urban Decay. This is what I use. There's also, I think they have like 6 different versions of setting spray. So they're for all different skin types, from oily, dry, combination, all different types. I've definitely used more than one, but this seems to do it for me. It does the job and does me justice. There are like 3 different versions of sizes. I know this is like the medium size. There's a bigger version, this version, and there's a smaller like travel size. But this has literally lasted me. I bought this last summer when I was staying in New York. So if you all watch my vlogs back then, you may have seen it. I bought this back then, and here we are a year later, and I'm still using this same setting spray. It doesn't take a lot. Literally, all you need is a little, like 1, 2, and there you go. So we have come to the end of this video. We have filmed all 10 of those really important things that I thought you all would love to learn about, know about, that I have on a daily basis in summertime, things that I like to use. I would also love to hear about the things that you all use, or if you have any of these products and things that you use or ways you use them. So please follow me on social media. My @handle is going to be the same on all 3 platforms, Twitter, Instagram, as well as Snapchat. I'm going to leave it right here for you all to see so that you can follow me and see some of the things that I've used in my pictures, how they present when they're like taken, not with the camera facing me, but like somebody else taking my picture, things like that. Also, leave in the comments if you've used any of these so that other people in our community can share these ideas and just like how they've used them, blase, blase. As usual, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, and hit the like button below. Give me that thumbs up. All right, I am going to get more stable with uploading these videos for y'all. I really promise. I know people have been on me, but I am going to upload these videos for y'all because this is more fun than y'all understand for me. So without further ado, I am out. Thank you for watching this video with me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and just thank you for being with me. See you next video.